As sports fans, we have a sense of dread that is always looming over us. Some of that dread comes from different factors. Your team is performing poorly in regular season play. Are they going to make the playoffs? Are they going to win a championship? Are they going to make that big trade deadline signing? But other times, for some fans, it's the feeling of dread that their favorite player on their team will eventually leave said team. I have already experienced that once this season. Not with Liverpool, but with the New York Rangers and Artemi Panarin. Seeing him get traded hurt something in my soul. And then with today's earlier news, I got that I knew was coming, but I didn't want to believe it was happening anytime soon. And that was Mo Salah announcing he'd be leaving Liverpool at the end of the summer, or at the end of the regular season going into the summer window. We're not doing the gimmick today. There's no reason for the sunglasses. I want to see you, and you want to see me eye to eye. As you can tell, I've busted out Old Reliable to commemorate this sad but eventful day for us fans of the club. I got the news from my brother, who does not follow the team. I had not been on my phone all day. I was at work. I had some time to myself, and when I finally got the chance to look at my phone, my brother sends me a screenshot he took of the news that Mo Salah will be leaving the club at the end of the season. Immediately, I'm thinking to myself, this is the worst day of my life. It was already not great, my day today. This was the cherry on top of just making an awful day even worse. It's hard to be emotional about it. I'm not very good at this type of thing. It really hurts me a lot to know that, especially coming in July when I was hoping to see Mo play in some capacity at Yankee Stadium for the Wrexham preseason game. I was really hoping I'd get to see my favorite player on the field. And the fact that I no longer have the ability to do that kind of makes that day a little bit bittersweet now. Now, I'm not saying I'm still not looking forward to it, but it makes me just a tiny bit sad. It's the end of an era for us Liverpool fans. For some of us who got on the bandwagon, if you can call it that, a little bit later, and watched more of the tail end or the latter half of Mo Salah's Liverpool career. No matter what era you started watching, I believe we watched peak, minus this season, almost every single time. There are seldom players I can say that I watch in other teams on the league that will give their all to their club and the fans and strive for greatness despite what people say. And Mo Salah is one of those players. I can confidently say with my full chest that he is one of those people that will fight to the bitter end and score as many goals as he can if it means winning his team a championship or solidifying some title or accolade. All in the name of for the club. This man gave his life, the last 9 years of his life, to this club. That is not something that we should sleep on. Nowadays, players barely even last 4 or 5 years in this era of superstar players that everybody wants. And this doesn't just go for Liverpool or soccer, football in general. It goes beyond that in sports. It goes for that with baseball. It goes for that with hockey, American football. There is a litany of sports that go through this where players don't stay for a long period of time anymore. You don't see tenures like Mo Salah's in sports as often as we do, or as often as we used to. And that is commendable on his part. I'd like to read you the statement that came with the video announcement. It seems like every time a player or Liverpool posts some sort of video announcement, it tends to break everyone in the fandom's hearts. It's, for me, Jurgen Klopp was the last one to do that when he announced that I'm running out of energy and I'm leaving the club at the end of the season, or he'd be stepping away. And now, just about 2 years later, we see the exact same thing happen with another key member of the Klopp era in Mo Salah. Mo goes on to state in the video, which was very touching, I wanted to start by saying that I never imagined how deeply this club, this city, these people would become a part of my life. Liverpool is not just a football club. It's a passion. It's a history. It's a spirit. I can't explain in words to anyone not of this club. We celebrated victory. We won the most important trophies, and we fought together through the hardest time in our life. Some believe that that was a nod to the Diogo Jota tragedy this past summer. I want to thank everyone who was part of this club throughout my time here, especially the teammates past and present. And to the fans, I don't have enough words. The support you showed me through the best time of my career, and you stood by me in the toughest times. It's something I will never forget, and something I will take with me always. Leaving is never easy. You gave me the best time of my life. I will be always one of you. This club will always be my home, to me and my family. He does go on to mention that he'll never walk alone, which was a very tear-jerking aspect to the end of the video. And there's not much I can say that the video doesn't already say in its own words. So we ask ourselves, what does this mean for the future of the club? We kind of already have talked about it here on the channel for quite some time now, but it seems as though the agenda is now more clear than ever that this is what life is like without Mo Salah. This season was the beginning of that, with the way he had performed, which was, albeit rather poorly to many of our objective views, has not been his best season by any means. But this is also what it's going to be like without him. Whether he plays or not, we're going to find a tough period of adjustment, because more or less, we have now lost our primary goal outlet. We've lost our most consistent goal scorer over the course of nearly 10 years. The entire system was more or less built around Mo Salah scoring goals. That system is now going to need an entire redesign, an entire 180, in order to get where we need to be with this club in the coming season. And that's to say with Slot. We don't even know what's going on with Arne Slot. Some people, and I'm not going to get into this because that's not the point of today's video. Some people are saying that Arne Slot will be Liverpool manager going into next season because of the whole deal with Mo. If Mo is leaving this year, there must have been a continued rift with him and Slot to have a granted amicable separation of the two parties, being Liverpool as the club and Mo Salah the player. Some people fear that. I am also in that boat. Do I think Slot is the guy to get it done? I don't know. Again, that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is to celebrate Mo and to show my admiration for the man. But I can't help but feel that we have lost our quote unquote individual solution player. Someone that we could rely on in tough moments. Right now, we're so injury prone that nobody is really standing out at the moment. There might be a couple of outliers here and there, but even then, it's a bit of inconsistency. We asked the question, what do we have to do in the offseason to find a, maybe not one of one replacement, but somebody suitable enough and similar enough in Mo's profile to still work with? I'll discuss that in a future topic because I want to save speculation for a different time. This is more honoring the man as it stands right now. It's also going to suck because we're going to leave an absolute hole in the leadership and experience gap. And I did not consider this, but it seems as though with Mo leaving now, there is almost certainty amongst fans that Andy Robertson's going to be the next one to call it an end by the end of the season. He has still yet to sign any sort of contract. Needless to say, I don't think the club is going to be relying on him as much anymore on the field. He'll definitely be more of a locker room presence if he does re-sign for a year or so. But we could be potentially losing two big leadership roles in that dressing room. And that is something that I worry about, because then we're kind of just left with Virgil van Dijk and Alisson Becker as far as the old guard goes. And we ask ourselves, who is going to be the new crop of leaders to come out on top? And for me right now, it's not so clear cut and dry. There are favorites amongst fans, but I don't think there is a definite answer right now. Not one that I could provide you with absolute certainty anymore. But this is just me speaking to you as a fan. I'm not an expert. I'm just simply a fan coming on here every day, giving you my thoughts on the team with a little, try to be as professional about it as I can, but it's something that I worry about. It is, and I'm not sure if I'm qualified enough yet to give you an answer, but it is a topic that I have been thinking about over the course of the day since the announcement was made, and it's worrisome. I'd be lying to you if I said it wasn't worrisome. What isn't worrisome, though, is Mo Salah by the numbers. The man is an absolute machine. Probably one of the most impressive players, not just in Liverpool history, but also in Premier League history. I'd like to read you off some numbers so that you understand the greatness that we witnessed in a red shirt from the country of Egypt. 281. That is Mo Salah's total goal contributions in the Premier League for Liverpool. 189 total goals with 92 assists. It's the most of any player has for the club in the division's history. Mo Salah has also reached the 30 goal mark per season 5 times. Nowadays, we're lucky if we see a player reach 10 goals, maybe even 15 amongst all competitions, the way the game is currently being played. We don't see those big-time goal scorers anymore. So the fact that he's done it 30 times, he's done 30 goals 5 times in those 5 seasons is absolutely astronomical. Insane when you think about it. Salah holds the Premier League record for the most games, 42, in which a player has registered both a goal and an assist. He's also appeared in 453 appearances for the Reds, making him the 23rd overall in club history. In addition to that, he in September of 2021, he reached the milestone of 100 Premier League goals in 151 games, which is a club record, mind you. 4 is the number of times that he has been included in the PFA Premier League Team of the Year, which is a pretty solid achievement. He's also been selected as the Football Writers Association Footballer of the Year on 3 separate occasions. On top of that, he became the first visiting player in Premier League history to score a hat trick at, of all places, Old Trafford. Shout out United. I know my friend Mike, who is a big United fan, that's the bane of his existence. He was also a FIFA Puskas Award, I don't know if I said that right, I apologize, in 2018 for his superb strike. Last but not least, as we wind down here, there's been several times that he has, of course, won 8 major trophies. This includes 1 FA Cup, 2 League Cups, 1 FIFA World Cup, Club World Cup, and a Super Cup as well. And insane. And I was there for a few of those. I was there for that Carabao Cup win. I was there for that Premier League win. I missed out on a few of those other ones, but I can only imagine the efforts that he had going into it. There's a couple of other ones here that I'd like to discuss as well. Salah haul of 255 goals for Liverpool in all competitions is the 3rd highest total in the club's history, only behind the likes of Ian Rush and Roger Hunt. And even then, he has 30 less than Roger Hunt, who had 285. There is a likelihood that that will probably never be beaten in our lifetime, or at least not for some time. That man's greatness speaks volumes. And last but not least, the Egyptian has claimed the Premier League's Golden Boot on 4 separate occasions. 2017 to 2018, 2018 to 2019, 2021 to 2022, and most recently, last year's season, 2024 to 2025. He holds the record with Thierry Henry. I tip my hat to you, sir, and I'm not even wearing one. And let's all keep in mind, those numbers are still subject to change. There is a possibility that a few of those stats increase slightly in the weeks to come as the end of the season draws near. I can only hope that we add a Champions League Cup as well as a FA Cup to that list of trophies that he has, making it from 8 to 10. But I know that's wishful thinking for some of us here in the fandom. I, for one, would like to see him end that way, but with the way we've been playing, I very much highly doubt it. So, as we wind down here in Liverpool Latest, I would like to once again reiterate a story I'd like to tell you. If you're new here to the channel, I would be more than welcome for you to listen to this. If you have listened to this story before. I apologize for repeating myself, but I feel like it's meaningful to me, and I want it to mean something to you, both as a fan of the player as well as the club. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Mo Salah is probably one of the main reasons I am a fan of Liverpool. And I'm not saying I would not be a fan of Liverpool after Salah, but Mo is probably one of the main reasons that I support this club. I love him as a man, as a person, as a player. There's just many players oftentimes are very arrogant and very loud spoken and a lot of talk, no bite. I don't get that with Mo. Every time I've ever seen Mo post anything on social media, it's always with his family, his teammates, showing love to the club, things of that nature. As far as I know, he's one of the first players or celebrities in general to speak out against the war in Gaza that broke out a few years ago. And however you feel about that is your own opinion. But the fact that Mo went out of his way to speak on the subject when many at the time were not says volumes to him as a man, especially someone in the Muslim community. He certainly has caught flack amongst fans and Muslims alike for his countless infamous Christmas posts that people consider a jinx of some sort or some sort of bad juju to come along with them. I always found them to be nice because I think it's good that a player shows different cultures or different traditions in their household and is not so strict and is a little bit more fluid and secular with some of its beliefs. I like that Mo gives his daughters or his children an opportunity to show them different holidays that not necessarily they would always celebrate in the past. So it's just things like that stand out to me and what I think of him as a man. And in addition to that, I mean, I'll also bring up the story of the 2018 World Cup in Russia. That was a big one for me because this was like as I was just starting to like really pay attention a little bit to soccer. I have always loved the World Cup. It's one of my favorite competitions in the entire year as far as sports goes, or every couple of years, like the Olympics, like March Madness, things of that nature. Even the NHL playoffs, some of the best competitions you can watch, in my opinion, is the World Cup. And here I am on the first day of the Cup. I believe it was the first match of the entire tournament. And it's Egypt versus Russia. And all the commentators kept mentioning was someone the likes of Mo Salah. Now I'm sitting here thinking to myself, as someone that is part Russian in my heritage, what do I give a shit about this guy? Why is he so special? He's just some guy on the Egyptian team that's going to get smacked up by Russia. Lo and behold, that is exactly what happened. But there was something about that performance with him that I admired, and the fact that he was clearly put over quite a bit by commentary. That I thought to myself, something's about this guy I kind of like. He's clearly special if the commentators are making such a big stink about him. And as time goes on and I kind of follow him a little bit here and there, nothing too crazy. And of course, I have more conversations with my buddy Johnny, who lives in Ireland, who's been a lifetime supporter of the club. He'll talk to me about the sport and why he supports Liverpool. And as a way of me showing solidarity with my friend, who I've been gaming with for many years at this point, I wanted to give it a shot. So I started watching Liverpool little by little, started paying attention little by little. And slowly but surely, it wasn't just Mo that found a very permanent place in my heart. It was people the likes of Van Dijk, at the time, God, who else, man? Van Dijk, Robertson, Becker, Klopp. Those guys stood out to me. Milner. That's the team that I started with. Like the late, what was it? Like after the last Premier League championship they had won in the 2020-2021 season, I believe it was, or something along those lines. It was like right after that period of time. They had also won the FA Cup. It was a whole big to do. It was like huge. They were winning championships left and right. Many people called me a bandwagoner or a front runner. I didn't listen to that noise because deep down, this was something I was always looking to pursue in general. Watching the Premier League, it was just a matter of how I was going to watch it and who I was going to support. Just so happened that the team I went to support was the one that was winning without any prior knowledge to what exactly was going on. So call me what you will on that. But all these years later, here I am talking to you about Liverpool Latest and giving my nod to my favorite player, not just on the team, but probably in the entire league. And it's not going to be the same without him come May 24th. And I hope to God that Anfield is packed and they give this man a send off the likes of which the league has never known. Think about it this way: if Arsenal win the championship, more people are going to tune into the fact that Mo Salah is leaving Liverpool and saying goodbye to the fans than Arsenal winning the title. That's how little people care about Arsenal this season. So no matter what, Liverpool is always going to be in the discussion, whether any team likes it or not. So, thankfully I didn't cry during the course of this video, but I've shared enough silent tears today knowing that my favorite player will be gone. But Mo, you will probably never have the opportunity to watch this video, but I want you to know how much you've meant to me as a man and as a player, and I wish you nothing but the best of luck as you say goodbye slowly but surely to the fans. And I, as a fan, hope that these weeks go by as slowly as possible so that we all savor it just a little while longer. So with that being said, my friends, that is your Liverpool latest. My ode to Mohamed Salah. Remember, whether you're a part of the club or not, whether you join the Liverpool latest family or not, know that you never walk alone. Take good care of yourselves. Thanks for everything, Mo. You'll always be the king.